And look at this seaside scene, advertising the English seaside from the 20s and 30s. Look, this is a Yorkshire family going to the beach there. Look at how stylish and how dressed up everybody is. I gave myself a lot of compassion today. Started off the day really nicely at that wonderful little cafe at the back of the house. I'm a great believer that if you've got a really nice place locally, you should use it as often as possible and hope that it'll be around for a long time. I was shopping all day after that, buying birthday presents for the children. But, oh, Julia, stop it. This whole bag is full of birthday gifts. I've got birthday cards and perfume and special little bits and pieces. You have to, don't you, when it's the daughter's birthday? You have to. I don't have a very large family, so I want my daughters to feel that their birthday is an exciting day and that they're being given things that they wouldn't buy for themselves. Today was really nice. We went into a local town. I was able to do all the little shopping and have lunch. I went into the local department store. It's quite a fancy department store, quite an old one. And they had mulberry bags, handbags there. They were very expensive, but they were so very beautiful. So beautiful. Do you know, I might actually save up and buy one for myself. I've always been on the hunt for the right handbag. This one, I have got this one. This is from Russell and Bromley. And it comes with a long strap, but it also comes with the short strap. But even with this short strap, you can wear it over your shoulder. It's like a small tote, and it's leather, very good quality. I've used it every day since last winter. And considering I've used it so much, actually, it's in very good condition. I do think it's definitely worth buying the best quality handbags and shoes, because they need to be hard wearing, but they need to last a long time. And I've always found that investment of money is very good, because the pieces last years. They last for years, and with proper care, maybe even a lifetime. So something like this is just so classic. It's kind of like a bucket bag, but it doesn't cinch at the top. I really love this handbag. You know when a handbag is a really good design, because every time you use it, you get a good feeling about it. But one of the mulberry bags there, well, there was a chocolate brown, which also filled me with delight. In fact, the more I think about it, the more I think I should just go and buy it. I mean, look, if you can't do these things at 55, when are you going to be able to do them? This is it. This is the time when you're supposed to treat yourself to the things that you've always wanted. Tonight I'm going to knitting, but I'm going to take my crochet with me. That particular knitting group, it's in someone's house actually, and I've been going for quite a while, and I've been wearing my toppers every time I've gone, and they have never suspected that I wear hair, not once. I think even the lady made a comment. She said, well, at least you've got nice thick hair, you know, not like my hair, she said. Well, I didn't say anything. I just said, oh, you know, I try not to say too much, you know, because then it won't seem as though I'd been trying to lie to her before. So I try and remain non-committal, knowing that when the time is right, I'll probably say something when I'm ready to. But tonight they're going to see me in this wig. And of course, this wig has got these curls in it. And I wonder whether she's going to say, oh, you've curled your hair. Well, I didn't know what to wear. I mean, what do you wear when you go to see somebody that you haven't seen for decades? You know, the father of your firstborn. So I just went for comfort and warmth. I've got a jersey dress on with a cardigan over the top and my Ugg boots. So not like me. But in a sense, I don't want it to be all dressy. I want to firstly feel very comfortable. And secondly, it's not about me, it's about her and him. So I'm just going to blend into the background because I'm only there to support her. This would never be happening if she didn't want to do it. We've got to leave soon, very, very soon. And how happy am I to have a topper to wear? How happy am I? The most convenient topper in the world. The Breeze Topper by Uniwigs. Well, I don't have other viable toppers. The John Renault topper I've got is kind of old and it's a little bit stiff. It's lost its suppleness, so I'm definitely not wearing that. I know that other brands do other toppers and I'd love to try them in due course. But for today, a real head topper, you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. So it's going to take us about 2 hours to drive there. He actually messaged her a couple of days ago and he said that he didn't think that he could get his place in child-friendly condition, and maybe it would be a better idea for us to actually meet at another venue. So I think there's a garden centre or a farm. It's got a restaurant in it. This is a very unflattering angle, by the way. I'm looking in this mirror and I look already 10% better in this mirror. So, yeah, speed is the name of the game this morning. Oh, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. I've got to put my makeup on yet. Brush my teeth, put my deodorant on. Everybody downstairs has just had breakfast. Steve's going to obviously now have the day to himself. So I don't know what he's going to be doing. Probably watching a film in front of the fire and having a nice relaxing time while I go and do challenging life stuff. Okay, I've changed my clothes. I wasn't comfortable in that dress. I looked like some kind of a new age hippie in it. So I've changed my clothes, but I've put on the topper. I think that I can manage the topper nicely by tucking it behind my ears. So, sweetie, how are you feeling?
Apprehensive.
Apprehensive?
Yeah. Mixed emotions. Not excited, but not dreading it. Stressed, anxious.
All the good emotions.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time. How many years has it been since you last saw each other?
Like 7.
7 years?
7.
It's a long time.
I saw him at a wedding, and then before that, I think it was like 10 years. And then before that, it was another 10 years.
Where are we actually going to be meeting exactly?
Farm.
A farm. A farm. And if it's wet, we go where?
To a food hall.
A food hall. Well, we're going to have lunch at some stage anyway, because the baby needs to have lunch. And you look lovely, by the way. She doesn't want to be shown on camera. I don't blame her. She's wearing black leggings. What colour shoes are you wearing, sweetie?
Black Vans.
Okay, and a nice powder pink top. And listen, guys, my daughter has got beautiful, thick, long hair. Now listen, I'm not going to show your face. I'm literally just going to show your hair. I need you to see this. Just a moment. Okay, so this is what I'm having to deal with, everybody. Yeah, this is my daughter's long, luscious, thick brown hair. It's beautiful. We've just driven back. We've had a very full day. A very strange day. I'm extremely tired. I'm going to have a bath and I'll get back to you tomorrow. On a really rainy day like today, I feel like I need to just recoup. This is the day to draw up the drawbridge and to just get into your sitting room, light some candles, and just unwind. I need to get my battery recharged because I have to start work again tomorrow. It's been a really busy few days. I'm going to prop you up on the drawer and fill you in as to how yesterday went. Today, I feel shattered today. Shattered. Yesterday, it was a physical effort, obviously, getting up there, etc. Let me put this light on. Oh, it's better. But it was also an emotional effort. He was frail. The last time I saw him was so long ago. And when I recall him, when we were young people together, he was always 16 years older than me, but I was very young. I recall him. He had a tremendous presence, you know, and he was very handsome and very masculine. We shared the same birthday and I felt like we were the yin and yang, you know, the masculine and the feminine expression. But he was very frail. His voice was much more soft. He'd suffered a lot, I think. He isn't able to go out and about, and I think that really takes something away from us if we can't just get up and go somewhere and we've got the health and the energy for it. It's very limiting, and as a result, I think that in himself he suffered. And also having to fight everything himself, you know, having to see the doctors. And he told me that the doctors, a lot of them didn't really know what they were doing, had put him on loads of medication that he didn't need with side effects. I often wonder at the way that the medical profession has become so poor. I don't know why it's become like this, but it was lovely to see him, and it was lovely for us to be together having lunch. When we arrived, I took the granddaughter off at their request, actually. They said, if you go off with the little one, show her the farm animals and spend some time, it'll give us a chance to sit down and chat. And they did, and I don't know what they talked about. And then when I joined them later, we all sat at the table and we had a very nice lunch and a really good catch up. And actually there for a moment, I sort of, as you do, your consciousness sort of steps out and looks onto the scene. And I remember thinking, we must seem like such a happy family here, because we were laughing and joking and talking about the past. And he's an extremely outrageous person, and that hasn't left him at all. Saying often quite inappropriate things, but hilarious things. And we were laughing and having a good time, and people must have noticed. And then we had a good hour and a half drive back to drop me off. And then, so today I was due to just chill out. I wanted to meditate, to read my book, A View of the Harbour by Elizabeth Taylor, not the actress, by the way, the author. To get lost in a little village by the sea, a little English village by the sea. You know, it's very difficult to talk about things at the moment because my themes, my feelings, my thoughts, they're so huge. I don't altogether know where to start. I mean, these are long-running themes. They're themes about, or thoughts and feelings about my whole life. Everything that has brought me to this point. The people that I've known and been intimately engaged with, the children I've had who are now grown into womanhood, the feelings that I have about them and the thoughts that I have about them, you know, and the thoughts that I have of when I watch them grow into womanhood and notice the personal challenges that they're overcoming and the challenges that are put in front of them. You know, these are the sort of things that poetry was invented for. And big sweeping novels were written to try and express. Now, taking things back to a more manageable level, when I walked up to him, I had the hand of the granddaughter, of course. He looked at me. Of course, I was wearing Breeze topper because I needed to get going. I didn't have the luxury of, you know, I just needed to show up looking halfway decent. And I was comfortable in her, of course. He looked at me and he said, "You're looking really good," he said. And that meant a lot, you know, because in turning up and looking good, I felt that I still stood for all of the wonderful things that we've already had in our past, you know, youth and freedom and looking good and feeling good and exploration and discovery. These are these are the things that as a young woman my life consisted of. And I still was showing up and saying, these things are still here. They're still available for us all to enjoy. You know, that topper really served me well yesterday, but it also served the people that I was with. Because along with my clothing and my optimistic attitude and this exciting event that was happening that day, oh,